Did we watch this? I don't know.
For Fnatic anymore. Oh, Bwipo! Stunned! Crying!
That's me. That's my voice.
Dead! Bwipo! What can this man not do? He was top lane last world. He's jungle here. And once again, perhaps he's...
So you came in as a sub, and then something happened with the main top laner, and then...
Yeah, then I played some League of Legends. I mean, it wasn't really a big deal. By that point, I'd already scrimmed very often with the team.
Bwipo!
I played 1 game a day. Every scrim day, I would get 1 game to play with the team, and at that point, I felt pretty integrated. So, in the end, I was told what I needed to do, and I asked what I needed to do, and I just did my job. And turns out 2018 Fnatic was good enough to win even with that. So. Nice.
Puts one down. Is interrupted by Hylissang.
2018 Fnatic.
Fnatic have got themselves 3.
2018 Fnatic. Wait, that's me. Is that me over there? No, it's selfie. Never mind. Fuck.
How do you like your mustache, Bwipo?
Oh yeah, mustache Bwipo.
Good now?
For me, the highlights were, winning the split in spring. I felt like I'd, it was my first experience, it was my first big stage.
Oh,
Still
Caps.
A pretty big highlight, I would say.
I just pointed to the screen.
And
Look at Caps.
On the final stage was a pretty big deal too, but at the same time, it's like, that happened, it's a while ago, it's like, wow, that actually happened. So it's, it's been a long journey, but I would say that winning in the end is still the most memorable. Even though all these people had so much background, so much legacy. At the end of the day, when the match started, I had just as much right to take the spotlight, or just as much right to prove that I was equally good, if not better. And every chance I got, I kept trying to do better and better, and now I'm here.
I always told myself I want to win Worlds. It's win the whole thing, or be a disappointment at this point.
Pretty comfortably, Hylissang and Bwipo are going to be fighting. Stormstrike comes down. As you can see, the Conqueror comes on in there.
Oh, get him, Bwipo, get him!
He's decided he's not going to be able to win this one. He's going to flash wave of Bwipo. He has a flash button as well, and he's looking for the Crocodile. Gets it. One more auto should be enough, as the Dawning Shadow is way too late.
Actually, this TF was really fun to play. Like on-hit TF, AD or whatever it was, with Klepto. Like Klepto was, as much as it was disgusting, this was one of the most fun runes in the game. Because you could queue up and play a minigame with yourself. And look, you would get these things in your bag, and you'd be like, oh, how much gold? Boom, 110. Oh! Just not every time you get 110. Or was it 120? I can't remember. Yo, Tio, thanks for the 2 months.
And it's Savage turns his attention to Gimgoom. Will be able to be an unseen presence.
With a follow-up arrow is going to be good.
Wait, sorry to be opposing Andy, but look, it's Garen Yumi as well, man. Look at this team comp. This was 2 years ago. Garen Yumi, TF, Elise, Rengar, man.
Hilly, obviously, as friends, all the relationships, all the people I met. But yeah, most memorable are probably Hilly.
Who do you think is the best player in the world right now?
Doonby.
No.
What, really?
Yeah.
Who is it then?
Bwipo.
What? You're
Aww.
Oh my god.
Outside of that, Mr. Pete, always behind the camera.
They're such homies, aren't they? Bwipo and Hilly are absolute homies.
I think me and Hilly interacted the way I want to interact with all of my teammates, The emotions are there, and they don't get in the way of the fact that you care about each other. And I think that that's what, bonded me and Hilly the most, is the fact that, like, if we played poorly, like, we would get angry at each other, and not angry, like, that's what I mean, we would get upset and frustrated, and that is technically anger, but it wouldn't be directed at us, it would be directed at the play, right? And I never really found that connection, like, that strongly with anyone else, where I was, like, very comfortable with someone being very...
I met Hilly once. I've only met Hilly once, like, met as in spoken to him. This guy is, like, the nicest guy ever. I just, like, when you talk to someone and they just resonate really good vibes, that's what I got from Hilly.
Upset. And I wasn't, like, emotionally shaken by that. It was more like, it helped me view how much it mattered to him and how much I needed to pay attention to that and make sure that it wasn't going the way it was, that I improved it. Obviously, that's the strongest bond I have here at Fnatic, and it's a shame that it's ending, but I needed something new. I needed a new start.
I need you guys to give me a big high five in the middle there.
Was it big enough?
No, no way.
Boom.
That's a high five.
fight me.
Yikes.
How tall are you? Oh, okay, don't fight me.
Huh?
The trash main. What can I do against the trash main?
There'll be. What is your name in this game, Hylissang?
Oh, he's playing Slither. Bend over.
Hey, Hilly's colleague, what is your name in this game?
Mike Oxlong.
Mike Hawkslong.
They use flash on D or F.
This is just a Bwipo Hilly highlights reel, isn't it? That's it. It's not a goodbye Bwipo. It's a Bwipo Hilly highlights reel.
D?
Yes.
Oh, I'm D too. I thought I was D too.
What else caught people's attention were your player cam reactions.
True.
You're quite well known for these as well.
Excess.
Successfully beat the devil out of it.
I don't want to be like, you know, dictate what the social team is going to do. I don't know, they're just grouped up.
Let him know. Yeah, let him know. That's fucking. Oh, that's fucking right. Cue straight to the nostril.
To the nostril.
Let's go. I'm not even playing, but I'm fucking hyped. Let's go. Look at that. What a fucking. Do you drink it or not? You don't see my pants? No, I don't. My back's been through worse thanks to that game.
What do you mean?
Top 3 plays I made. I don't know. Hard to say. 2018 group stage, Fnatic versus IG, Urgot versus Fiora. It was, I don't know which day it was, but it was second match against IG. We ended up winning that match. For me, it was a really memorable match because it was the first time I played against a world-class opponent that I felt really prepared before the match. A memorable game I played was I played Vladimir against G2 in 2018 summer second round robin. I played Vladimir. Before that, I wasn't. I couldn't make Vladimir work because me and Hilly would always fight to the death bot lane. So either we would win really hard or we would grief it really hard. So we got introduced to something called losing lane gracefully, is what Dylan called it.
Losing
he
lane
begged us
gracefully.
every time we picked Vladimir, please lose lane gracefully.
You're a robot thanks to the prime.
Either smash lane or run it down. So all in was the only way to get out of a losing matchup, and all in was the only way to win a winning matchup. So. But, you know, that was the first game where I played very slow, very calm, collected, but I still had a very large impact playing the game. And that was something I kind of needed, you know, to realize, like, I don't need to do anything crazy in lane. I can just sit back, relax, farm my creeps, and I can still
Predator
be very,
Vladimir
very
bot
relevant
lane.
in any
Jesus,
game I play. So these 2 games were pretty important for me, like, mentally. And they were the most memorable because they actually had an influence on how I viewed the game and how I experienced playing as a pro player on stage. 2021 spring Schalke versus Fnatic game 3. The whole split, I was thinking to myself, I should let my bot lane carry. I shouldn't, you know, I shouldn't complicate the game. I shouldn't, you know, feed. I shouldn't do anything. And then that game, I was just like, what the fuck am I doing, you know? And I picked Aatrox, and I was like, let's see if this guy can lane. And it turned out he couldn't. So I was like, next split, I will make sure no one can lane. Little did I know. They still couldn't lane, but I was not laning either.
Giga Chad Bwipo, just pick me Aatrox, he can't lane.
I was a little jungler. Still made sure people couldn't lane. Played some other roles, yeah, that was fun. It's a nice experience, you know, and that's the thing, like, for me, it was just the best thing to do for me to win, but also, like, in the end, I would say my legacy is, like, I can say that I did everything I could to win, you know, like, whether that was role swapping or playing...
Played 3 roles in Fnatic.
Or whatever my team needed. I was always up to try and do it. And I think that's really what I identify my years with the most. I wasn't, like, I never felt like, I don't know how to say it, you know, like, I wasn't really a star player, you know, like, I don't really feel like that.
I disagree, I think he was.
And I was always trying to make the most out of it, trying my best to win. And apparently that caught some attention, so that's how I see it. You know, I'm happy that there were people that believed in me regardless of what it looked like, you know, that they had faith in my goodwill. That means a lot to me because in the end...
It's weird, isn't it? If I say Fnatic to you now, what's the first player that comes to your mind right now that plays on Fnatic?
That's what I want. You know, that's
it's
what
upset,
I want people
right?
to see me as well. I've never had bad intentions. I can
Hilly
say
is Fnatic now.
I never had bad intentions for anyone.
It used to be Hilly Bwipo.
You know, got hurt in the process.
But now it's like Hilly.
Felt bad or whatever. That was never my intention. All I wanted to do was win and perform and help all the people in my team perform. All things considered, we did our best. I did my best, and we'll see what happens. Arrivederci, friends.
Arrivederci, friends. Oh, there's a little clip at the end.
I wish you would stay, but I know that the esports world is so small that our paths will cross somehow, and that gives me peace of mind.
This pan is going to cause a lot of issues because there's like an Oscar in the background there, and people are going to think, wait a second.
Yeah, the most memorable I can think
It
of
was
are
self-made.
Probably.
It was self-made all along.
I mean, and this is awkward because they're in the room, but.
The guy you kicked from the team.
Yes.
Why self-made there, dude? Dude, it's always self-made's fault, man. That's fucking sussy as hell. Sussy as hell, man.